Hello everyone, Geeta here from Kriya Experiential School, Kengeri. I would like to introduce Anu, our Kalari Pai 2 certified trainer. Hi Anu.
Hi Gita, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for coming to Kriya.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So wanted to know how did you really get to know about Kalari Pai 2 and how did you start your journey in this place?
I guess that was there in the back of my mind for a very long time. But you'll be caught up in your family, your work, and all those stuff. So at some point of time, when my daughter grew up, I decided no, it's high time I pursue my passion, and I started my journey in 2019. And that is where I visited Kerala, and I was fortunate to get wonderful gurus, who have blessed me to take up this journey because I think God's grace and my guru's trust in me uh, made this journey possible.
That's nice. So whom do you think that can be a learner? Who should learn? Because I heard that your daughter is grown up, but you yourself look so young. Is it because of Kalari Pai too? And do you think, what do you suggest? Who should learn this program?
I think basically it's for everyone. Everyone should pursue. I can't say Kalari Payatu alone, but any form of movement, any form of fitness is required by everyone. Be it a 5-year-old kid or a 95-year-old person. They are capable of so many things, but they get into a mindset where they think that okay, this is my old age and I can't do things. But according to a study by Miss Langer, I came across a study where she accumulated around 10 to 15 people just for an experiment purpose and took them to a retreat where she recreated 1950s, and they didn't get any help. So they were supposed to do their own chores, and within a 1 week of study, their entire physical and mental approach to their life changed. That means when they came out and when she reviewed their physical and mental status, they were much, much, much younger, around 20 years younger than what their actual biological age was. The chronological age was.
Interesting.
So I think any form of movement will keep you happy, basically. And I think we are actually designed to move, not to sit. So
That's true.
That's how.
That's very true. So we are planning to have weekends classes. So we might have a batch which is mixed age group, or how is it? What are our plans towards the classes?
Actually, initially we can have a mixed group because to understand their fitness levels, it's very important because we can't randomize, we can't segregate unless we know their fitness levels. Once we understand their fitness levels, we can obviously segregate them to different levels.
Okay.
And since it's being a weekend, one day would not be enough for anything. You need to practice on a regular basis. So if you ask me, then probably 1 day of online session and 1 hour of online session and 3 hours of offline session would be beneficial for them because corrections and all those things cannot happen completely on online sessions.
Okay. So nice. Then we will start this by the next weekend of the thing, once we get.
Yeah, ideally around 10 people would be better because each one will be encouraging and motivating them because it will not be just I come say okay, do Nergal or do Varaha. It won't be just like that. They will have to demonstrate individually in front of the group. So that means if they have their peers along with them, or even if they have their partners, then there'll be somebody cheering them to do well, and that will increase their energy levels. And the motivation also changes because, yeah, they are learning some form of an art which everybody is craving to learn.
And what about your food intake? Now, if you start in the morning at 8 a.m. and we might have till 11 a.m.,
Yeah.
what kind of food should they have the previous day, or what is their intake?
See, ideally, they need to load themselves with carbs because since it's a high intensity workout. But I would also not recommend one diet for everyone because it depends on the health status of a person also.
Okay.
So if a person who is diabetic is coming to experience this, then carb loading might spike their insulin levels.
Okay.
So based on their body type, based on their regular food habits, if they are able to eat sufficiently for the previous day of the exercise, that should be good. And the next day, it would be better if they carry an electrolyte along with them, and probably a lemon water, filled with salt and sugar. That should also keep their energy going. And they can carry almonds, chickis, and banana, just to keep their energy levels, maintain their energy levels for 3 hours.
So 11 o'clock, post 11 o'clock, they can have their breakfast.
Yes. They are free to eat whatever they want, because at the moment we don't do give any dietary restrictions in Kalari Payatu, because under whichever guru I have learned, everyone suggests sattvic ahar, but we can't impose just because you are learning Kalari
So
Payatu.
possibly we can inculcate on the, just after the class, we can have a salad or a sattvic
Salad
breakfast.
would not be something which would not be recommended, because at that point of time your body would be craving for something substantial, and salad is high fiber. So it would be better if they carry any kind of like idli, dosa, poha, whatever their regular breakfast is. I think that would be a better option than a salad.
Okay. We'll try to include that also in the class time. They don't have to carry, and we can make it here and they can avail it. We can try to
I think
include
we are
that.
very kind and they're all very generous in that matter. Okay.
Thank you. So, we'll ask, the students to take the opportunity to, register and also spread the word, come in groups and learn this program.
Yeah, because they will just not be learning one style of Kalari Payatu. And I feel I'm very blessed to have multiple gurus who have, from whom I have learned Tekkan, Vadakan and Madhya Kerala styles. So they will be experiencing all the three styles. They will be learning all the three styles. And if we choose to have certificate programs, level 1 certificate, they'll have to finish 4 months for that. And then they'll be getting a level 1 certificate where they will get to learn Tekkan, Vadakan, Madhya Kerala style, and probably a little bit of Adimura also in that. And then from 4th level onwards, 4th or 5th level onwards, they will have to pass the exams from external. That means I might have to get my Gurukals to assess them. So it won't be just a random study. It will be
A certified program with levels to learn.
Yes. And if I am doing any mistake, I can't say that I am doing everything right. The moment ego sets in, then I fall down. So if my guru comes and assesses my students, then even I will have an opportunity to learn, and they will also get to know who my gurus are, and it will be a beautiful journey.
Too. Thanks a lot, Anu.
Yeah.
So
And one last thing, Geeta. Since I always am very grateful to my Gurukals, I don't want to hold back my knowledge is one thing. If they are fast enough to learn, I would want to pour out whatever I have learned.
That's
I
nice.
don't want to hold back, telling that, okay, you complete these many months for you to learn the next step. No, it won't be that way, but it will be like, you want to learn, I am willing to give.
That's nice. That's
So,
nice. That's
that is
really nice way to learn,
Yeah.
because we believe in Kriya also, we believe that age and duration is not a criteria. So this will really help.
Yeah, and one more last thing is, I think I'm taking too much time,
No
but the only expectation I have from whoever wants to learn is they will have to unlearn whatever they have learned, because they might come from different backgrounds of martial arts. So I don't like to be poked, asking, okay, how does Kalari Payatu, comparing with other martial arts. I think that would be a very good thing if they don't compare it. And fighting is something which a person will not get on day one of Kalari Payatu or any form of martial arts. Even if they have been learning any form of martial arts for a while, it will take some time for the reflexes to work. So just because you are learning Kalari Payatu, please don't go and start fighting with anyone. We don't encourage that. And also please respect that art form. And since there are multiple lineages involved in this art, so I think it's very good to be respectful about the lineage and then learn accordingly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you, Anu.
Yeah.
And whoever would like to reach out please reach out to the given number below, and I will be happy to explain more. Thanks for being here
Thank you
today.
so much,
Thank
Geeta.
you. See you.